Let's talk about Clove. Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm your beautiful host, Young Buffett, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at Clove. We're going to talk about what happened today. We're going to take a look at some interesting numbers. We're going to take a look at public sentiment, what people are talking about, what people are thinking. We're going to take a look at max pain. We're going to take a look at dark pool data. We're going to take a look at the options chain. We have a lot to talk about, so I'm not going to waste your time. If you are new here, this is what we do. We are talking about stocks that are highly manipulated, stocks that have a lot of short pressure on them, stocks that are just undervalued. I don't even know. We're covering a lot of different things here. So if you're interested, take a look at my other videos. We're talking about Clove. We're talking about AMC. We're talking about NFTs now. Should be interesting, but definitely subscribe to that. Then we have my trading group over at Finery, and Mr. Adam came in clutch today with some interesting numbers that we'll take a look at in a little bit. But if you're interested in talking about stocks, that's what we do here all day. So feel free to jump over, link in the description below, and I hope to see you there tomorrow. But let's talk about Ape Wisdom. So Ape Wisdom tracks Wall Street Bets, Wall Street Bets New, Wall Street Bets Elite, stocks, stock market, investing, SPACs, options, and day trading subreddits. They track the most talked about tickers in the past 24 hours. Number one, we got SPY, who just absolutely killed it today. Then GameStop, interesting. Then Alibaba, again, a lot of China drama. Then we got Root Insurance. It kind of came out of nowhere. Overall, 70% public positive sentiment. A lot of comment volume on this thing. And we'll also see that when we hop over to Wall Street Bets. But we have AMC, we have Corsair, we have Apple, we have Global Star, Tesla, NVIDIA, Palantir, BlackBerry, AST, Amazon, Wish, AMD, Clover, number 17. 80%. Positive public sentiment. That is the highest I've seen it in a very long time, / maybe ever, since I've been documenting this thing. So that's cool. Nearby words including Wish, GME, AMC, calls up, buy more, BB, buying, bought, MVST, like, again, stock, and long. So overall, people are talking positive about it. That's cool to see. I wonder what the stock price is going to do. Jumping over to Swaggy Stocks. Swaggy Stocks tracks Wall Street Bets, comment volume, sentiment, pretty much only Wall Street Bets stuff. Number one most talked about is Root, then Baba, Apple, GME, AMC, GSAT, Tesla, CRSR, NVIDIA, AMD, Amazon, Wish, Peloton, Palantir, Hood, ASTS, QQQ, then Clove. But if you notice, the green bar is way more than the other ones compared to the red bar. So overall, very positive public sentiment here as well. I like to take a look at this chart just to give us a different visual of what we're looking at there. Look at that gap. So that is one of the biggest gaps I've seen of the stock price staying stable and higher than normal. But the comment volume seems to be lower than normal. I don't know. I don't know what that means for the stock price. What we've seen in the past is sometimes the comment volume peaks before the stock price goes up. Sometimes the stock price goes up and then the comment volume peaks. Sometimes the stock price goes up and then people start talking about it. Then it just comes right back down. Sometimes people talk about it, then the stock price goes up. So blah, blah, blah. It's just a circular thing that probably means nothing, but it's just interesting to track. Something else that probably means nothing but is very interesting to track is the max pain. Now, what's interesting about this is who cares what people are talking about, right? Honestly, we could just make a bunch of bots and talk about Clove all day long, but we're not doing that. And what this tracks is where is the money going? Money speaks louder than words to me. So I like to take a look at max pain. If you don't know what max pain is, go to my page, scroll down 1 week ago. What is max pain? I have a video that breaks it down. It's 8 minutes. It's not that long, and it's very, very educational. So definitely go check that out. But what you want to look for is what's the max pain strike price. And for this week, for all options expiring This week, the max pain is 8.5. That means CLOV needs to be 8.5 to cause the most amount of damage on both the call side and the put side. So I'm curious to see where the stock will go. What's interesting is when stocks are this heavily manipulated and when stocks are so controlled, like stocks like CLOV, I'm very curious to see how they control the stock price to make the most amount of money. When you buy a call, that means someone sold you a call, and that somebody is most likely a hedge fund or an institution or a market maker who wants to make money from that contract expiring worthless. So if you buy a 10, they really hope CLOV does not go to 10, right? If you buy a 17, the people who sold you a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hope it does not go that high, because then they have to sell it to you for 13, 14, 15, 16. So same goes on the put side, by the way. That's why the max pain isn't like 0, because some people own puts. So the sweet spot, 8.5. Let's see what happens this week. Dark pool data hasn't changed much in a while. The net short volume is negative 3.6. We did see a crazy peak. I think it was like early last week, where it was like negative 8. But negative 3.6 is not that much craziness going on. It's still, honestly, okay, no, it's still crazy. But negative $3.6 million in net short volume. Net short volume in dollars is negative 31.2 million. So still, there is a lot of dark pool activity. There's a lot of shorting going on. There's a lot of weird stuff. So we'll keep an eye out on this. Again, we're just documenting our journey and seeing where the price goes from here. Now, Adam over from my Finery Trading Group sent over this image from Fintel, and I thought it was really interesting. So this got released today. If you see on the left-hand side circled, August 30th. Vanguard Extended Market Index Fund investor shares bought 1.5 million shares of CLOV at a cost basis of $10.44. Just let that sink in a little bit. That is a lot. That is a lot of money. That is a giant institution. That's also very bullish, in my opinion. Honestly, like the longer CLOV stays below that price, the longer they're going to hold it. They're not going to sell for a loss. And what does that tell you about the stock price? That means they thought it was a good time to buy. You and I look at these stocks, right? And we say, oh, CLOV, $10. That's a good price. We should buy that. Oh, it's shorted too. That's cool. That's nice. And then we buy it, right? We don't have millions and millions of dollars allocated towards research. We don't have billions of dollars in assets that we're managing. If you do, shoot me an email. Let's talk. But you get the point. These guys are as wrinkly brained as it gets. And if they saw value at 10.44 on CLOV, what does that tell you about the stock? So that's interesting, huh? CLOV closed down 1.51% today. AMC was up 6% today. GME was up 2% today. Typically, these stocks move similarly. They did not today. So it was an interesting movement. CLOV opened up and did exactly what it does every single day. It opened and then just started plummeting. Every single day it does this exact same thing. It opened and then bloop, and then it kind of like tried to recover there and then just gave up and died, and then died some more, and then it tried to get that steam back up, and then it saw a low of 827. Held some resistance there, slowly making its way back up in a V-shape kind of recovery going on here, and then broke through the previous clothesline. That's what that turquoise line is right there. And then it just started plummeting again. It thought it was market open again, so it just went back to its typical behavior. Saw another support at 850, worked its way back up, got a little choppy, worked its way back down. Overall, today was okay. Nothing crazy happened. I'll take a down 1% instead of a down 10%, you know? So the options chain was pretty active, but not too crazy. This week's people are buying the 9s. There's 13,000 volume on the 9s. Again, none of this is a financial recommendation to buy or sell anything, but if you are looking at options, do some research and see how getting time for yourself oftentimes works better than playing around with weeklies. I might start selling puts if we keep going down, but we still have that September 17 call. That September 17 call. I know it sounds confusing, but the strike is September 17, it expires. We bought it for like, how much? $20. It's at $10 right now. So 50% off, but we're still holding it. We'll hold it till death. That's why I kept it small, $20. It's no big deal. And then October doesn't have that much volume. Neither do the leaps. Overall, people are putting money out. Most likely people are just holding and bracing for impact. Nothing much crazy going on, honestly. We just got to wait and see how this thing digests. There are still catalysts out there. I covered the catalysts in my earnings report video on CLOV. So keep an eye out. Will there be a new CFO soon? If they pick a good one, that could be good for the stock. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I get back to pretty much everything. And with that, I love you, and I'll see you on the next video.